Mike Jones here with Ken's. My brother Kenny and I on Ken's Stereo Junction. We have a location in Macon, and we have a location in Warner Robins, and since 1978, we have been totally blessed serving you. Now we do audio, we do video, we do car stereo, we do 12 volt, we do churches, we do cameras, but we stay in our lane. We train all our girls and guys to do exactly what we do to serve you and make your audio, video dreams come true. You're gonna love this show. It's October already. Let's get inside and check it all out. All right, we are at Fish and Pig, Macon, Georgia. As you can tell right there, Fish and Pig, they are right over there. But boy, we are so very grateful to get to work for them, to get their outdoor setting. They have this huge outdoor setting you're gonna see in just a second. Overlooks the lake, you're gonna see in just a second. But they needed sound and they needed video, and they called the experts, and you are going to, I really love eating here, let me just say that, but now you're gonna love eating here, listening to music here, watching the game here, watching the movie here. Let's get inside and check it all out. This restaurant is amazing. This view is absolutely amazing at Lake Tobesofkee. But what they had out here was they kind of had a stage area where they would have groups or bands and stuff like that. But if you didn't have that out here, you didn't really have a way to play a lot of music, and you definitely didn't have a way to watch the game and do the stuff like that. So ta-da, that's where we come in. I hope my phone number is already coming up, because that's what happened. They got our phone number. I came over here and we got to do our thing. It was a blessing to be able to work for these folks. Now, this is amazing. This is the Samsung Terrace series, and you got this huge area that is a 75-inch. And look at, I just have this on pause right now, 75-inch full smart Samsung Terrace TV. In other words, it can pour rain on this TV, which it quite possibly is, because this is where the roof meets right here. The sound on the TV is not fantastic by any means, so we put in clip speakers, which you'll see right there. Those clip speakers are 250 watts. We have 4 of them out here. There's another one way over there, if you'll see up on the top right there, and that is feeding that kind of picnic type area out there on the open. Here's their little tiki bar. Follow me this way. If you come around here, you'll see we have another speaker yet over on this other side up there, and there's yet another 75-inch Terrace. So here is the blessing. Let me say this to you. They could quite literally have a game over there and a game over here if they choose to. They can stream a movie over there and have a game over there. They can stream a movie over here, have a game over there. It plays through the sound system. They also have Music Cast, which allows them to take Pandora and Spotify and iHeartRadio or Apple Music and dump it all into one app to play that out here. So now I can have the game playing, but have music if I just want to keep the score for the Braves or the Falcons or the Bulldogs or whoever you like in football. Let me give you an idea. All I'm going to do is just turn the sound on to give you an idea how enveloping it is. One remote control doing all the work. This is actually the contour remote that we programmed in to our product. But listen, you have a lot of volume, but I can still sit out here and talk. I can still sit out here and grab a drink at the tiki bar. It's just good, clear, but I have it everywhere. The idea behind this is to have sound everywhere for the game. So if you're here, you can sit here, there, back there, and I have plenty of sound. The clip speakers are enveloping all the way through. And my men did such a great job based on the fact, if you'll look up, it's an all metal roof, all steel I-beams. There's a lot going on to be able to get wired where it needs to get. Let me just give you a movie clip, a music clip. Listen to the sound quality. I mean, it's just perfect. Like as I move through here, I mean, there's no dead spot. As I move through here, wow, man. Wow, it's just incredible. All the way out here, I still have sound, but it's not overbearing, so I can still have a meal. Now I'm playing it louder than they're gonna play it. But wow, man. Wow. And look how bright this picture, I mean, you're talking about the sun is right there, and I can see that perfectly. If I just want to sit out here and enjoy Lake Tobo, which this is spot on perfection looking out here, I don't have to, I just listen and just enjoy and relax. So Fish and Pig, Macon, Georgia. I eat here a lot. I love the food here. It's absolutely incredible because I like barbecue and my wife likes seafood, and Fish and Pig kind of gives you the idea of both that. So Fish and Pig has got it going on in the food world, but now in the world of audio and video outdoor, they are rocking it. Fish and Pig, best brands of business in Ken's. This is what we do. All right, in our Macon and Warner Robins location, we have one of these displays. They kind of match, and when you go in, you'll see radios for old school, your single DINs like this, double DINs like this, which are the larger size radios, and all these are very, very popular from Alpine to Pioneer and to Sony. Now, what has happened now is a lot of people like the idea. If you look at a modern car, a lot of times they'll have that tablet design screen on top because it's easier to read and watch when you're going down the road, and that's where this comes in. This is the Pioneer. This is a 10-inch, 200 watt amp built into it, but you can also add an amplifier, but it has wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, and as you can see, everything is touch screen. So here it is. There's wifey, dad, mom, all this stuff like that. Right here, I can have multiple panels up. So this is what's playing. This is where my map is in case I'm using my maps. It has a backup camera input, and it has multiple outputs where you can add amplifiers to strengthen the sounds. So this is only $899, and it's a floating tablet, meaning that it fits in the old school and the new school radio type of dashes. So if whether you have this size or this size, this will fit into that. So $899, if you go, oh, I'm not spending $899 on a radio. Well, you don't have to, because we have $199 radios. We have $299 touchscreens with Bluetooth. So we have everything fit and fancy as far as that goes, and we charge nothing for the install, and we put that out there. Speakers. Now, we have gotten in these new Sound Cubed. This is an affordable 6.5-inch, 150 watt speaker. I'm gonna give you a little demo. I'm gonna turn it up just a tad bit for you. I just want you to hear the clarity. It is spot on. It's got good bass, good highs. And guess what? Ready for this? This is $99 for a pair, which is just don't even make a lick of sense. $99. That's 2015 pricing, and it's 2023. Sony Mobile ES, one of my favorite speakers made. I'm gonna give you a demo of that now, and this is absolutely amazing. Silk Dome tweeter, 6.5-inch mid bass, built separate crossover network. If you say, hey, I don't want to do the separates, they make their 6.5-inch two-way. $399, $349, that's for a pair now. 5x7s and 6x9s, just absolutely spot on music clarity. So when you come in, this is what you want to focus on first. Speakers absolutely positively matter, and you can choose which one you want, anywhere from $99 and up. If you have a way to put a head unit, we'll put a head unit. If you want to do an amplifier to get it where you can really juice it up, that's when it comes into there. But that's the magic behind all these brainiacs in our Macon and our Warner Robins location. They will help you choose what fits your budget, what fits your vehicle. And at the end of the day, we want you to drive out of here and be able to play the mess out of it with the windows down and your hair blowing in there if you have a bunch of hair. So that's the idea behind that, is to come in and let them choose for you. All right, so we get past the specials in our Macon and Warner Robins store for car audio, and I just want to kind of give you an idea. We have a lot of product in stock, anyway from the new Trinity subs, which are masterful, I might say that. We got all the new sound audio, Sundown Audio, we've got JL Audio, Rockford Fosgate, Alpine, everything. And you see we have a whole wall full of accessories. I do that to make sure you know when you come in, we can service and take care of you. We're open Monday through Saturday, and the idea behind that is you can come in. A lot of times we can do same day if it's custom. Speaking of custom, real quick, let me just throw you over to this amazing side-by-side that we are finishing up right now. It is amazing. All right, Kawasaki KRX 1000 ES, beastly side-by-side, as you can see by looking at this. But what it came with is a head unit, which I'm gonna get over there and I'll show it to you. It comes with a head unit, but it comes with really, 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 really bad sound. So this head unit is decent. We used it because that's what they wanted to do. But what we did is we did Rockford Fosgate all-weather speakers, meaning that what? You can spray it with a water hose. He said he literally submerges this underwater. This will take all of that whipping. Up in here, we pull all of this console apart, and up under this, we put in a marine-grade 800-watt 4-channel amplifier that has a crossover network in it. And you're saying, wow, why do we need 800 watts? Well, we want to put 400 watts to the front, and we put 400 watts to the back, where we have a JL 10-inch subwoofer, fully Rhino line box, mounted to the vehicle. That way, when he does go crazy and bounce and all that stuff, nothing can get damaged there. Wow. Listen, I gotta tell you, that is, I mean, I don't know if it's transferring to you that way. If you have one of our systems in your house, it's definitely transferring that way. But I have bass, I have highs, and the fact that I can run the mess out of this thing in the water, out of the water, and it will take that. Again, the marine grade amplifier is under here because it has to be able to take moisture and take heat, which is Rockford Fosgate as well. So when you have a side-by-side, you can use this head unit and make it sound that good. Wow. 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 All right, so when you get done with your gigantic 1000 series side-by-side. You see we've got a slingshot in here. We're tearing this thing down to the skin. Had some of his speakers they already owned. We're doing subwoofer enclosures. As you see, we literally have stripped it to the skin. You can see the floor right there. We're going to get everything in here. Dynamat where Dynamat needs to be, build and customize where customized needs to be. I'll be ready. This is the new Mac Daddy speaker of the bunch here. This is the new 8-inch two-way. Has a super horn built into it. Completely weather for all weather and a tremendous amount of power. How much power are we talking about here?
400 RMS, 800 peak.
400 watts RMS speaker. So for you folks that want it loud, we now have these in stock. You want to come do that. Now, follow me around this way, and I'll give you another little teaser. Over there, if you just kind of peek over my shoulder right here, you'll see right there is a brand new Bronco Raptor. Now, I got it over here kind of covered up. It's in a special spot. We are fixing to Mac Daddy that out with huge sound. So if you think about it, this is about as fun as it gets. You got a Raptor for all of your off-road. You got your side-by-side for serious off-road, and your slingshot for your cruising. And this is just the beginning of where we are for the month of October. Absolutely awesome. I can't wait till you see what's next. All right, in the world of home theater, Klipsch is definitely a staple brand, and it's important. Now, this is called the Heritage Bar, and I love it. I own one of these myself. So when you have a theater, you have to have a left, a center, and a right. So this is not a typical sound bar, and you see how big this mama is. But let me show you how this thing breaks down. I'm gonna try to pull this apart for you real quick. Oh my goodness gracious, it's so beautiful. So as you see here, it is literally chambered into, here's my left speakers, here's my center speaker, here's my right speaker. It has the true Klipsch horns built into it with mini 4-inch for mid-range drivers. And you see how thin it is. And I love this new mounting system with the rail because this thing is real wood. Oh my gosh, it is real wood as you see. And it is a true LCR without having to have them in the wall or have to have tower speakers. So I keep this new Heritage Bar. Like I said, I did this myself in my own theater. It is spot on perfection. And I love the way it all just comes back together with their grill, just meshes right back in. Everything just slides together, bada bing, bada bang, and it's magnetic. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So when you get a chance, come by the Macon or the Warner Robins store and listen to the new Heritage Bar. It is perfection. Awesome. All right, in the HD security camera world, it is very, 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 very important. And when you do two different series called TVI and IP, the IP cameras are full HD. They work day and nighttime, and they have audio video built in so you can hear in case the bad guys are doing what they do all the time. So this is a grid. Now we put this grid on the TV in here in case somebody pulls up in the driveway. They can look at the grid here as well, as I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of it on the phone as well. The idea behind this grid is you see we have 5 cameras. They can add more cameras if they choose to. There is a 2 and 4 terabyte hard drive built in that allows them to have 7, 10, 14, even 20 days of record time if they need to, if they were on vacation, they came back to be able to pull the footage. We'll come out, put it on a thumb drive. That way we can prosecute or whatever we need to do. Now, this is important for residential and for commercial from a liability standpoint when you have a business or commercial. But in the residential world, who was in my driveway, who should have been, who had permission to be, who was in my house, you know, all these things come up. And almost always folks will buy cameras after they got broken into. That's the blessing of this, is doing it when you already can put the security in place. Now, I'm gonna give you an idea how good the views are here, starting at number 1. Now, this is my truck. And you can clearly read RAM right there. You can even read Bridgestone on the white tire. That is the way a camera is supposed to be. And so many folks will do these Wi-Fi cameras, which we do some as well, that don't have a hardwired connection. And the problem is that when you're zoomed in like that, you can't see what it really is. You just know it's a truck. You don't know what kind of truck. This gives you an idea of what these cameras will do. That is pine straw, right? This is a drain right here. Golf cart. That is our tag number for our new vans that we just got. That is my phone number. This is very simple to see, and I can do this all day long because we only carry the best of the best. We do not carry no entry level, and that's not because it needs to be more money. It's so that when the time comes and you need that security, we have that backup plan for that. This right here will eventually be a backyard pool and everything, and you gotta have that because people are outside and all the things that happen with that. And we're gonna do an in-ground sound system out there as well. But again, just give you an idea of the lay of the land. 138 degrees to 158 degrees is what the angle is. It sees 35 feet in pitch black. It sees 105 feet with sunshine, which is what that backyard is, at least 105 to 115 feet. Here's the idea behind the grid. No matter where you go on each camera, it is always recording 24/7. It never stops recording unless you choose for it to. You can turn the sound off or turn the sound on depending on what the setting is. But the blessing is this: all of this can be wired when the house is being built. And if you have the access and stuff, which again, there's my phone number, I come out, we can design the system for you to make sure it fits budget, but to make sure you don't miss anything or cut any corners, to make sure long term, if there ever is a problem, we can handle that problem for you. So end of the day, best of the best, full HD. I don't have a way to show you night because it's daytime, of course, but it does do day and night vision. Maybe you've seen a cutaway. I'm sure I have that on a cutaway right now. The blessing of it, again, my phone number is, I come out, we can design the system, and we do on-site service. This is what we do. In the world of home audio and video, we do a lot of full-blown theaters, a lot of audio video entertainment rooms. You know, they're different. A lot of times when you do a theater, you'll have, you know, true theater chairs and staggered seating. We build risers and stuff. And I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of theaters that we've done. But a lot of times, a lot of people do just an AV media room. I personally have one of those upstairs in my house where I go up and watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. The idea behind that is you want to choose the right TV, whether you do a projector or a TV. The idea is you can choose, you know, 85, 75, 65, all the way down to 55. And if you're a gamer, that changes things. You'll want to look at OLED or mini LED if you're a gamer. We do Samsung and we do Sony. They're all going to be smart TVs. They're all going to be 4K. But a lot of it comes down to refresh and stuff for your gamer. Now, if you're a gamer, like you watch the games a lot, that also matters. You want to come in and we can put anything you want up on these. The idea behind this is they are all well suited for that. I don't carry anything entry level. Now, Sony has a new series called L, and we have all of the new L series products in stock, all the way down from just the bare bones LCDs all the way up to the big OLEDs. And then in the QN series, which is going to be the Samsung, we try to keep all those in stock. I am low right now, but it's all coming back in. I've got at least 100 TVs en route to suit. So when you come into Macon and Warner Robins, you want to choose the right size. So if you have a fireplace, you want to measure just the actual mantle, and we can do that. Or guess what? My phone number comes right here. I will come to you at no charge, and we can decide what fits where. I just went to a gentleman's house, my brother Harold out here in Byron the other day, and we walked off his house, and he ended up, he needed a TV in the bedroom, he needed a TV in the living room, and needed a TV in the office. But when I was talking to him about the TV, I was thinking 65, and he goes, surely we're doing an 85, and I went, yes, we are going to do an 85. So my guys are literally putting that in today and doing surround sound and all that for him. So that's the idea behind me coming out there, is I can help design a system that fits your budget, but most of all, fits the timeline. Most people keep TVs 10 to 15 years, so you want to get the right one up front. Another thing we have is in-store service. Been doing that since 1978. We have 2 technicians that do exactly that. They fix and repair product bought from us and product that's not bought from us. So let's say you have a TV, a brand of whatever it may, let's call it a Vizio. Your Vizio goes bad and it needs a power supply. We do that, and normally we stock those parts in to be able to get you back up and running if you choose to. Sometimes you don't want to go buy another $1,000 TV when you can fix it for $200 or $300. Makes sense, right? Also in the realm of that with our technicians, they've been doing this since 1978, is we are our own warranty station. So when you buy something from us and it's under warranty, I don't answer to the manufacturer. We can hammer that down and make sure you get right back up and running. So the blessing of this is what? We like to work for you. This is what we do. Okay, we are in this Ford Mustang GT convertible 5.0. In the realm of it, it comes with this factory radio, which people struggle with, you know, replace it, don't replace it. But in the arena, when you decide to keep it, it works fine. You just have to have what they call a processor. There's a processor called an LC7 that we adapt into your factory Ford radio to make it sound like a really nice high-end radio, because from the factory, it just doesn't sound that great. And if you're a Fordalodian and you're getting offended, I don't mean that to be that way. It's just basic. And if you love music, why not have the best you can possibly have? Now, in the arena of that, this comes with a 3-way component system from the factory. So you can see in the sides, in the pillars, it has a tweeter, a mid-range here, and a mid-bass here. So we used Sony's Mobile ES. I love Mobile ES speakers. They are incredible. They come with their own crossover points. They come with a factory tweeter, a factory mid-range, and a mid-bass. So I can actually replace the factory Ford speakers with Sony Mobile ES. So not only get 3 times the power, but you get 10 times the sound quality. This is absolutely this song is very demanding of clarity, and the huge stereo left and right. And this is called the highs, the mid-range, the dialogue. Let me turn up a little more. That is unbelievable. Wow. All right, now I want you to hear the bass. again, we built this system for highs in the front, which you just heard. Now you got to hear the bass. It's a dual 10 vented box, lots and lots of power, spare battery and all that. Here we go. Check this out. This is unreal. That was just a small demo, but this is where the magic happens for us. This is completely custom done. Every bit of this is hand built. And look how this is from the factory and this is from us, and everything matches exactly like it should, like as if Ford could build well, they're not going to build a custom system, but we build the custom system. This right here is a vent enclosure here, sound cube subs, and I love the light show that we did in here. And of course you got your bass amplifier, mids and highs amplifier, everything's super clean. All this is removable so that we can service it. End of the day, Ford Mustang 5.0, absolutely stunning. Sound cube, absolutely stunning. Sony Mobile S 3-way, absolutely stunning. And our technicians and their gigantic brains, this is what we do. Covenant Life Cathedral Church, Macon, Georgia, literally right down the road from my store, but they needed audio, they needed video, they needed a full digital upgrade, and this is what we do. Check this out. Awesome. The blessing of this is this church has been here. This is my old stomping grounds. The guy filming right now, his old stomping grounds. That's how long this church has been here. The pastor's been here decades after decades. But the blessing is he recognized the fact that regardless of that, to serve community, to serve folks, to make sure you get it out there, you have to have technology. Technology is an important thing. That's where they called us and we came in to talk about technology. When I came in here, it was kind of like sitting down in a 1978 Chevy Nova, 1972 Chevy Nova. It was old, it was really long in the tooth in its technology, which is not bad for them. It's just a blessing because that's what we do. Live and breathe it, right? As you see here in the booth, they had already built their own booth and it just is really done very, very well. We rewired everything. So the idea behind this is here you've got robotic controller with robotic cameras as you see here. We have 3 cameras in here. This allows them to do 3 different views, to be able to zoom in, as you see here, zoom out, be able to, you've got a way to rotate. Everything you want to do is done from here. This is what's going out to your Facebook feed or to your website and stuff in that manner. Now, here's my control for my cameras. This is the Blackmagic called the Extreme. Now, they make a couple of different versions of the Blackmagic. Most people buy the wrong one. They buy the ATM Mini without the Pro or the Extreme. This is the one you want because this allows me to show multiple views at the same time, and it's a switcher, and it has built-in color controls for chroma and tint and everything else built in. So this allows me to drive it from here, or it also has a software app that you can drive it from any type of Apple device, from tablet and or computer. So lots of control here and lots of adaptation that had to be done. So now I've got a way to give my robotic cameras full HD. I've got a way to stream out. I have to have a computer to be able to control the stream and to control my graphics like ProPresenter to put up on the screen. So all of this kind of works seamlessly together. It can work as a 1-man team or most of the time as a 2-man team. They have enough room in here for a 3-man team, which is really what you want to have just in case. The blessing of having a digital mixer, we're getting there next, is one person can come in if nobody shows up and you can still turn it on and make it work. We were just talking about how you got to really have a one-touch thing to get everything fired up. So all of this is video. This is the Yamaha TF5. They make 3 different versions of this. This is the top of the food chain. This is a fully digital 32 channel that allows me to expand up to 48 channel up on the stage. The blessing of this is I have a full console, have a built-in screen here that has an EQ per that allows me to have a feedback eliminator, a built-in EQ, a built-in crossover, and if all that sounds like Greek to you, this allows everything to sound like it's supposed to sound without having distortion and feedback. This little small wood rack here just allows me to have ventilation for my 2 amplifiers and for my power conditioner. And the blessing of this is it's also has permission to have a iPad control. So if you tie it into the internet, I can sit out there in the congregation and control this mixer without having to have somebody in here. Sometimes it's good to have somebody out there to hear if something goes kooky or wrong. You can fix it right there on the spot. Another thing that this does is, once we tune the church for perfection, when we tune it, we can lock the tune in. So let's say somebody comes in here and goes like this, which is what everybody does in the mixer world. You have one button you can push in here that allows me to put it right back where it was to make sure the sound goes back where it was when it's perfect. So if you got that Sunday morning, everything's messed up because Michael came in and thought he knew what he was doing and it's all goofy, boom, everything's perfectly good. Now, the reason it sounds so smooth and so even in here is because this is where the magic happens. If you look right there, you'll see a Sanctuary Series 2-way 1200 watt speaker. And the reason we do it this way is you'll look down here, you've got another one. The idea behind this is almost always in the church arena, they'll put two speakers up here parallel with the podium. And the problem is that speaker is trying to fire all the way down there 65 to 75 feet away. And it can't do it without row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 getting blown out like you're at a Van Halen concert, right? So the idea is we go 60% of the way down and add another set of mains, and it gives you smooth sound. You see how it's not loud, but you can still hear me. I'm going to walk up here on the stage, and the idea behind this is whether you're a handheld or an earpiece person, I can still hear. We have multiple monitors here, 4 monitors here that are floor monitors for our praise and worship, and then a set of JBLs right there on the sides that fire sideways into this. It's just a tremendous amount of sound, and this is even without music. I would sing to you, but I can't sing. But the idea behind that is this thing won't fall on its face. We also did all new microphones, right? The Shure microphones, they make a couple of different series called PG, SM, SLX, GLX. Don't let that confuse you. We pick those depending on performance and budget, how you ratio that. They got us. They got the best brands in the business. My phone number is going to come out right here. I will come to you and design the system. There's no charge for the design. And guess what? We back it up with on-site service and on-site unlimited training. This is what we do.
Hi, Pastor Bob Honeycutt from Covenant Life Cathedral Church right here in Macon, Georgia at 4543 Bloomfield Road, inviting you to come and be a part of our new sound system. And you say new sound system, that's exactly right. We called Mr. Mike Jones from Ken Stereo Junction. Mike came out and told us exactly what we needed, and once we began to change over, all of a sudden we found out, wow, we have a sound system now. We always thought we did, but we had too much trouble. So if you're having trouble, please give Ken Stereo Junction a call. Mr. Mike Jones, I tell you what, he'll come out, he'll show you what you need, then also all the training will be available for you. We are so blessed to have Mike Jones coming out and doing our sound system for us now. We invite you to come and be a part of us. May God bless you and keep you until we see you again at CLC, Macon, Georgia.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you allowing us to have 28 minutes and 30 seconds to show you all the things that you guys permit us to do for you. Just kind of give you an idea. We have social media. Here's my social media right here. And you kind of keep up with us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And the idea behind that is we're constantly dumping stuff into those areas where you can see daily specials and stuff like that. The idea behind this is it can give you ideas. So when I or one of the brainiacs come out to talk to you at your residence or at your commercial or wherever you're building or whatever you're doing, or if you're coming to us, we can kind of help you kind of see what other people have thought through. The blessing of that is, let me tell you this, is I've got about 25 guys and gals, and that's all they do is they work for you. They want to make sure your dreams come true. We understand that it's your hard-earned money, and we want to make sure you get the most value and the best service you can possibly get. Since 1978, my dad started our company with his brother. Now it's me and my brother, and we have our boys being raised up into it as well. Now, let me just say it this way also. If you can dream it, I have yet to find something that these guys and gals can't build. I just want to put that out. I want you to bring me into your life. We can build it out, whether you're doing a home, whether you're doing a church, whether you're doing security, whether you're doing cardio. That's what we do for you. Now, I always end our show with a bit of scripture. In Genesis 1:27, it says, we are made in the image of God. We're made in the image of God. So what is God? Well, God is love. God is mercy. God is grace. God is kindness, right? So if we're made in His image, we're supposed to mimic those things. We're supposed to actually, when people are around us, they're supposed to say, hey, that guy reminds me of what? Of the character of God. It's harder than it sounds when you walk outside the doors because the world doesn't want us to have that. But I want you to have that. I want to have that. God loves you. God loves me. Let's do this together. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. We're going to go forward on that one. Sorry, let's try this. Oh, no. Arguably the most famous radio we sell right now, or the strongest radio we sell right now, is this Sony. This is a 10-inch floating panels you see right. Pioneer, sorry. Ready? Set. You said sell Sony. I look good? That's silver. Ready? Set.